Good afternoon from the studio. We're going to be talking about MattDoesFitness, your favorite natural bodybuilder, Instagram bodybuilder. MattDoesFitness is about as natural as Mike O'Hearn, about as natural as Simeon Panda. The guy's 35, I think. Pulls like 300 something kilos. He's shredded. He's got family and kids to take care of. And all he does is do eating challenges. Like, it's enough to like fuck up your diet, right? Do you know what I mean? Like, he does like one a week or one every 2 weeks. You can't be like cheating on your diet that often with like the amount of calories that he does and still be on track. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's shredded, strong, everything at once. It's ridiculous. So we've got a little bit of a clip here from a podcast that he was on, the Fellas podcast. I don't know what it is, but I haven't seen it yet. We're going to watch it together. We're going to see what he says about steroids and stuff, because it says MattDoesFitness addresses steroid accusations. Let's see.
I might bang roids. I think I'll do roids.
Give it a go, bro. Let's see what
I want to be the guinea pig. I'll be the YouTube.
I think.
Yeah, mate. You look just like Matt in no time, mate. Don't worry about it. Just take some. You'll be fine, mate. Look just like him.
You want that's the biggest. I know you're doing it tongue in cheek here, but like generally speaking, I think people now, you get kids that are like 17 that will start taking drugs. You know what I mean? And or someone's been training for like 6 months. You're like, at least give it a chance.
Yeah. Come on, let's see where you're
first. Yeah.
Well, surely, like.
It's true. I see people, and I've seen so many kids on TikTok just take SARMs, steroids, everything. There's so many. Like, if you watch More Plays, More Dates, he does videos on everybody who does like, they're like 15 taking steroids, whatever, right? There's so many because it's so accessible. SARMs are legal, and like, as if it's hard to find some steroids online. If you want to find them, you'll find them. So like, kids nowadays, because they want to look like him, and like they train, and they don't look like Matt, they're like, okay, well, fuck it, I'll take some steroids. And this is exactly the issue. Just
recovery is ridiculous. Like, you can just do so much more. Do you know what I mean? But then the problem is, this is the biggest thing for me, is like, if you started doing it, where do you go from there?
Yeah.
Because like at some point you're going to stop, then you're going to get weak and small, and it's going to be depressing and shit.
That's not true. Literally, what people do, they take steroids in their 20s, 30s, comes to their 40s, they go to the doctor, TRT for the rest of their life, right? It's just a decision that they make. Like, it's like a lifestyle choice, just like fucking cigarettes and drinking, whatever, right? It's the same thing. They're just going to carry on being on steroids, because as if you're going to go from like taking all the steroids in the world to then just going back to like your balls and not having any of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just not going to happen.
I've got a rant about that. There are a few guys that do it openly and like document it.
And I rate that.
The problem is though, YouTube won't let you, so you have to do it in a fun, you have to do it in a clever way, a bit of a
covert, they won't let you be like,
way. You can't openly say, oh, this is my drugs, because you'll get the video will be like flagged. So you've got to do it in a bit of.
I watch TM Cycles every now and then. He talks about his test, fucking all the stuff he takes all the time, needles on screen, everything. There's kids that are just like recording themselves, taking SARMs, doing steroids, pulling back the fucking test from the vial. What is he on about? What he's saying is like, YouTube wouldn't allow it. It does. It literally, like, they do.
I think you just need to disclose it. Yeah. If you disclose it, I could get, and in fact, I'll be more invested, because I'll be there. I want to see this monster.
I agree. There's no issue with steroids. I don't think anybody has an issue with steroids. It's like I said it before. It's a lifestyle choice, just like smoking, drinking, doing whatever. If you want to be walking around with your dick out, up to you, right? It's your lifestyle choice. The issue comes when you start lying about it. And like this guy, I don't know his name. He's sitting across from Matt, and he's like, the only issue is if you lie about it. It's scummy if you lie about it. And Matt's sitting there, like literally just like lying straight to his face. Obviously, he has to uphold an image, Gymshark, money, family, Instagram. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many reasons why he does. I understand his reasons, but it's just like be honest with the kids, because his kids are his main audience. So
there are people,
or don't say you're natural, I guess.
There are people, exactly that. Or don't try and profit on it.
But he lies.
People that say, oh yeah, this is my training program. Like, I'm natural. It's my program. You can buy it if you want. Like, but they're taking drugs. That's deliberately misleading, because you're the.
Okay, I follow him on Instagram. I see every other day, buy the Morsia app, whatever it's called, his training program, whatever. Clearly meaning that like, if you buy my program, my app, you pay for my app, you pay for my program, you will have results like me. You will pull 300 kilos. He posts them all the time. His squat, bench, deadlift, whatever. He posts all the time. And then he plugs the app all the time as well. Which means there's some sort of correlation, right? If you buy this, you're going to look like this. But in reality, if you buy the program, but the results aren't going to be anything near Matt. Firstly, his genetics are definitely great, obviously, right? But he's taking steroids, right? He said himself, you can train more, recover better, be stronger, push your limits, right? Test your limits. and never give up. Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't take drugs, right, but I've got pretty decent genetics, yeah? So you could do my plan and you won't look like me. So, like, in a way...
He has good genetics, but at the same time, he takes steroids. 200 pounds, lean, strong as fuck, 300 kilo deadlift something, squats like 280, whatever it is. I don't know the numbers, okay? He takes steroids right now. He's at this level. He takes steroids. He's going to be here, right? Because it will just improve his training, improve his physique, everything. He's just going to be the best person about. He's going to be like Mike O'Hearn. He's going to be the strongest, the biggest natural on the planet. Do you know what I mean? Like if he took steroids himself, right? Because he's natural, he could like smoke everybody in the bodybuilding show, smoke everybody in the powerlifting meet, and probably smoke everybody in strongman because like obviously. Why not? Do you know what I mean?
In fact, all top level bodybuilders, they're all on drugs, right? So they can handle that training volume because of that. You can't do that, so don't copy what they're doing because it's not going to work for you.
It's not possible. Yeah.
That's exactly the reason why you shouldn't follow people like him and listen to his training because he is on steroids. You should follow like actually good natural athletes, strong people that will give you like firstly realistic results and secondly actually like good training advice. Not that people on steroids and people not on steroids have to train differently, but like when you are on steroids, you are at a little above a higher level of recovery and training than the average person who isn't on steroids. Do you know what I mean?
That's a whole like YouTube niche.
It's so weird.
Part of me is like, fair enough, like, you know, I can understand it does well, so do it. But like, what I take issue with is when people that do it in like a shitty, lazy, like you.
And he definitely takes issue with it. He's got like on his YouTube defending his natural status. How many videos? There's countless videos he's done. Like, I'm natural. This is why I'm natural. This is why I'm natural. This is what I look like in this lighting. This is why I look like this. This is why I look like that. He's full of shit, man.
Most of it comes down to he's quite big. He looks pretty good. He's big. He's on drugs. That's it. Like, what? You can't. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you see like a.
That's not the argument though. The argument is if Matt took steroids right now, where would he be? He would be like a Ronnie Coleman mass monster type person. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just ridiculous. His progression, for example. He was the triple jumper with a decent physique. And then suddenly he decided, I'm going to do bodybuilding. And just like in a year, or was it 2 years? Whatever it was, a year or two. He just gained an absolutely ridiculous amount of muscle where it's just completely unachievable. If you took a normal person, like an actually like natural athlete, it wouldn't be possible. The amount of like just pure dense muscle. Reason number 3, he's strong as shit whilst being shredded year round. Reason number 4, he makes money off of his physique. Reason number 5, his diet isn't great.
Accused of doing steroids and not have been doing them might be one of the most irritating things of all time. You've had it. Yeah.
Why would it be irritating? From my experience, if somebody tells me, Dave, you're not natural, fucking gold, mate. Thank you. Like, thank you so much. I must be doing so well. Like, I must look so good. My lifts must be so great. It's the best compliment you can ever receive as a natural lifter. For me, if I heard it, I'd be like, thank you. This is incredible. Like, you've made my day. What Matt does is make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fuck knows how many videos saying, I'm natural. This is why I'm natural. This is why lighting makes a difference. This is why this makes a difference. Full of shit, right? The difference in the response, well, if you're actually natural as well, is like, thank you, this has made my day. Whereas like if you're a fake natural and you're trying to hide something, you're a bit like deceiving and stuff like that, you come out with like 10 videos saying like, this is why I'm natural, this is why I'm natural, this is why I'm natural, this is why I'm natural.
Yeah.
Right now I'm not mega lean, so like I'm not doing that many like topless shots, but if you do a shot where you look sick, everyone's like, oh, you're on drugs. You know what I mean? So it kind of comes in.
What is he talking about? He's on his Instagram, he is never ever without abs. Veins, abs, big lifts. That's all you see on his Instagram. That's it. He's always shredded. He's always strong. Never goes down, nothing. Like, and the level of like leanness and strength is just like above the natural level.
The first thing I think is that the majority of accusations are being leveled by people who are either morons, like extremely low IQ, like so they're not really coming from an informed position, or they're like
Guess I'm a clown.
12-year-old kids in their like mum's basement.
To be fair, I'm only 13.
They've trained before, they're just, you know, following a trend.
Right.
So like,
I've trained for 5.5 years. I know people who've trained for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years that look nowhere near what he does. They're lifting nowhere near what he is. And there's a reason why. It's not because he's a different species or he's built different or his genetics are so insane. there is something else going on, and that something else is steroids. It's quite clear to anybody. If you train for 5 years, come back with the results you have, and tell me whether you think Matt Does Fitness is natural. The issue is, there's so many new people in the fitness industry, kids, whatever, that are going to believe him because they haven't trained for that amount of time. They don't know what it actually feels like to train for years and how hard it is to like put on muscle and put on strength. And he's just out there, shredded, strong, year round, always.
I feel like people get on board with negative stuff more.
Oh, of course.
You get a proper
drama.
Those guys are a proper hardcore following of like weird little people that love it and like jump on board. And so they're almost stuck because if one of those guys came out and said, "Oh, I think Matt's natural," they'd get hammered. So they have to do that because their audience wants to hear that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't want to hear.
They don't want to hear that he's natural.
Yeah.
Do you know what
I mean? So
that's no fun.
They're kind of stuck. So you understand it, but still, it's like it is a bit annoying. But it
is interesting.
That's not true. If he was natural and people were saying he's natural, that's completely fine. He would be an extremely good person, an athlete, you know, one of the people that like you aspire to be like. The issue is people aspire to be like him, but you will never be like him. If he was natural, he would be a bit less than he is now, and you can actually achieve it, and it would be okay. It would be something to shoot for, right? Like 1 in a million person to shoot for. But since he isn't, people just have a distorted perception of what's achievable. And that's what the bad thing is. And I think that was everything about Matt Does Fitness. Conclusions: he's still trying to talk as if he's natural. Another conclusion: he's definitely still not natural. If you look at his Instagram, he's still like smashing PRs, still lean as ever, still having fun, still selling his app. Everything is the same. Nothing's ever going to change. He's never going to come off steroids because it makes him way too much money. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Thank you. Night night.